Hello everyone, welcome to the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra tips and tricks. I am going to share the tips and tricks and the hidden features to master your Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. So, if you are new on my channel, please make sure that you have hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon to turn on the notifications. Also, if you find this video useful at some point, make sure that you like the video as well. And first, I am going to show you how you can take a screenshot on your Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. So there are multiple ways. The very first method is to press and hold the volume down and the power key, and it will take the screenshot. If you have a page that can scroll, you can click on the scrolling icon to take a scrolling screenshot. Another way to take a screenshot on your Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra is to swipe your hand over the device like this, and it will capture the screenshot. You can also take a screenshot using the S Pen of your Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. To do so, just pull out your S Pen, and here you can see that there is a screen write option. Click on this, it will capture the screenshot and you will get the options to write instantly on the screen and share this on the go. After the screenshot, let me tell you how you can record the screen on your Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. Just pull down the notifications panel from the top and click on the screen recorder on the second page. Now this screen recorder can record the sounds from the device or along with the mic. Click on start recording, you can skip the countdown, and now you can see that the recording has been started. If you want to appear in your own video to make a tutorial or something else, you can click on this icon here, and it will start capturing from the front camera as well, and it will be a part of your screen recording. Also, if you want to write something over the screen while recording it, you can just click on this pencil and it will start writing as well. If you just want to change the resolution of the recorded videos, you can just go to the toggles once again, long press the screen recorder icon, and you can change the resolution to 720p, 480p, or you can also change the selfie video size to large or small, whatever you like. The very first change that you would like to make to your Galaxy Note 20 Ultra right after getting your hands on it is to change the behavior of the side key, which now acts as the Bixby button. So just pull down the notifications panel from the top and click on this power button here, and you can see that this is how you will restart or turn off the phone, but we don't want this. So click on the side key settings here, and here you can just change the press and hold to power off menu and get rid of the Bixby. Also, you can set the behavior of the double press to something else. You can change it to an application of your own choice. You can see now when we press and hold the power key, now it acts as the power key as it was back in the day. Alright, so the toggles of the phone have further settings inside. Pull down the notification panel of your phone and click on the title of any toggle here, and it will open further settings. For example, you can click on the icon of the torch and you can change its brightness level after turning it on. Same goes for all the toggles that are appearing here. If you just want to reorder the toggles, or you want to bring in some new toggles, click on the button order here and you can change the order, and you can also change the quick panel layout. You must have seen that the brightness does not appear in the notifications by default. You have to pull it down further in order to see the brightness bars. So click on the options here and go to the quick panel layout, and now here click on show brightness on top. You will see that whenever you pull down the notifications panel, now the brightness will appear here, and it's much easier to change the brightness this way. Now that we are in the toggle section of the phone, I would also like to talk about the dark mode of the phone. Dark mode is really useful on Super AMOLED panels, and it's going to help the battery life of your Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. So use the dark mode whenever possible. Here in the toggles, you can also find the call and text on other devices. You can set another device to make calls and text on the behalf of your device. You definitely need a SIM card for this. I don't have a SIM card in my phone since this is a test device. Now here at the top, you can also find a nearby sharing option. This is a new option that can be used to share files and other data between two Samsung Galaxy devices that have this feature. Another feature within the toggles is the quick share feature. If you want to share files which have a size of over 1 or 2 gigabytes, you can share it over Wi-Fi within a matter of a few seconds using the quick share feature. Using the music share feature, you can connect one Samsung device to two Bluetooth devices, or you can connect two Samsung devices to one Bluetooth device. Obviously, you cannot play the music from two devices simultaneously. In the notifications panel, you can also find the Samsung DeX feature. To use the Samsung DeX, all you need is your USB cable. You need the DeX application on your desktop or laptop computer, and the DeX will automatically convert your phone into the computer. Alright guys, that's it with the toggles of the phone, and now I am going to talk about the camera tips and tricks of the phone. Launch the camera application, and the very first thing that you will find is that your camera will be set to 3:4 by default. So in case you have started wondering how you are going to take the 108 megapixels images, you will click on this resolution button here and change it to 108 megapixels. And this is how it's going to capture the big images. But remember that these images will be of over 30 MB in size, and these are going to occupy a lot of storage. And 108 megapixel images have no practical advantage. These images are going to be big in resolution only, which will let you crop in and zoom in as much as you want. Alright, now here if you click on this button, it will take you to the ultra wide mode, and you can see that you have the zoom options below. You can go all the way up to 50x digital zoom. The optical zoom is only 10x. To blur the background in the images, you can capture the live focus images. You can capture the live focus images in the ultra wide mode as well. And click on this small button here. You can change the background blur effects from here. You can also change these effects after taking an image. Now in the video mode, you can find the camera frames at the top. Once again, you can capture the videos in full frame, 1:1. Remember that changing it to full or 1:1 is also going to change the resolution. It will lower down the resolution. 9:16 8K. You can further change the video resolution from the camera settings, the rear video size. Change it to 16:9, and you can select any resolution from here. Now guys, here in the more options of the camera application, you can find the Pro mode. The Pro mode has all the basic options like the ISO, the shutter speed, autofocus and manual focus, white balance, the metering options. I am definitely going to talk about the Pro mode of the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra in a separate Pro mode guide. So make sure that you keep an eye on that video as well. You can also capture the raw images from the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. That option by default is turned off. You will go to the settings, click on the save options, and turn on the save raw copies. This is turned off by default, so you have to turn it on. Also, if the ultra wide shape correction is turned off on your phone, make sure that you turn it on as well, because otherwise you will end up facing that fisheye effect in your ultra wide images. You can also find the Pro video mode. Pro video mode is also really useful, and here a very unique feature that I have found is the mic. You can change the mic to Omni front rear, or you can also attach a USB mic or Bluetooth mic to your Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. These are the audio bars. You are getting the status of the audio that is being recorded by the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. And here, this is the resolution of the video. If you want to change the resolution in the Pro video mode, go to the settings, and here click on the Pro video size. You can set the size to 8K or 4K in 60, 30 or 1080p in 60 frames per second. So if you want to take a video while blurring the background, you want a live focus effect in the video, you get this feature, the live focus video, in the more options of your Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. By the way, you can move all of these options to the camera tray as well. Just press and hold any option and drag it to the camera tray. Click on save, and you will get the options here at the bottom. So live focus video can be used to take the videos while blurring the background, and you are getting the instructions at the top. Live focus video works for the front camera as well. Within the same settings, you are also getting the hyperlapse, and in the hyperlapse, you also get the night hyperlapse, which can be activated by clicking on this small moon icon at the top of the hyperlapse mode. Okay guys, so you can also capture the 8K videos from your Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, but recording these videos with your hands is going to be really difficult. So for this, I recommend using a tripod which is going to be super steady, and that is the only way you will be able to capture the 8K videos, and the 8K videos are going to have a very pathetic frame rate. These are limited to 24 frames per second only. So the 8K videos in my opinion are still a gimmick, but your Galaxy Note 20 Ultra is capable of doing so, and you may take a look into this option. In the camera settings of your phone, you can also find the smart selfie angle. If it is turned off, you can turn it on. Smart selfie angle will automatically switch to the wide selfie or the close selfie if more than one people appear in your image. Now here towards the left side you can find the single take feature. This feature takes up to 10 images and small video clips in 10 seconds. You can just press the button and it will capture all the movements that you will make in front of the camera, and it will apply very nice effects to the images and the video clips that will be ready to share on your social media platform. Okay guys, you might wonder what has happened to the buzzshot mode. You will come here and press and hold the shutter button, but it will not capture the buzzshot images. It will capture the videos quickly instead. We know that videos have become an essential part of our life, and we need to capture videos every now and then, so this is really convenient. Okay, so how do you take the buzzshot images then? Well, you will press and hold the same shutter button and drag it towards the right corner to capture the buzzshot images. You must have an idea of the filters in the Samsung smartphones. If not, you can just click here to access the filters. Now here you can create a filter of your own choice as well. Just go to the My Filters option and select an image from your phone. We have the sample images here. We can select this image. The My Filters feature will extract the colors from your selected image and create a new customized filter. You can save the filters to use later on. Alright guys, that's all with the camera tips and tricks. Let's talk about the feature that makes the Note the Note. I am talking about the S Pen. You can control the camera of your Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra using the S Pen. Just pull out the S Pen and press its button once and it will capture the image. If you will keep the button pressed and hover it over your Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra like this, it will switch to the front and the rear camera. If you will swipe the S Pen over your Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra like this, it will switch to the next or the previous mode. And if you will rotate the S Pen in front of your Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra like this, it will zoom in or zoom out. We have to be in the photo mode for that, and here we go. It's zooming in, and this is how it works. Alright, the S Pen can do more than this. So if you are in an application or in the application drawer, you can just do this and it will go back to the home screen. You can also go back by doing this. So the gestures appear here. These will give you an idea of what is exactly happening. You can also access further options of the S Pen and learn more about it by going to its settings. Just click on the settings icon here and you can see that we have the air actions. First of all, here these are all the tasks that it can perform in the camera application. Play the next track or the previous track, increase the volume or decrease the volume, and here are the other gestures: the back, home, recent, smart select, and the screen right gestures. Just in case you want to use more than one S Pen on your Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, just come here into the settings and allow multiple S Pens on the screen of your phone. To learn more about the S Pen of your Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, you can go to the tips for using your S Pen. The next part of the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra tips and tricks discusses the home screen settings. Just long press on any empty area on the home screen like this. Go to the home screen settings. Now first of all, you can see the home screen grid and the app screen grid as well. By default, it is set to 4:5 or 4:6. Now you can actually fit more icons on the home screen of your phone or in the application drawer as well. So I suggest setting it to 5:6, which is already done on my phone. So you can do it too if you don't like those big icons on the screen. The same goes for the app screen layout as well. As I said, it is also set to 4:5 or 4:6 by default. You can change it to whatever you like. The next option here is the apps button. So many of you may want to get the same apps button to access the application drawer on your phone. You can turn it on and here you will get the apps button. And this makes accessing the app drawer much easy. You can still access the apps drawer by swiping up from the home screen. Next option here is to lock the home screen layout. If you don't want the icons to move here and there on the home screen of your Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, just go to the home screen settings and lock the home screen layout. It will also prevent the applications from adding themselves to the home screen of your phone right after installation. You can also turn off the home screen layout and restrict the applications from adding themselves to the home screen of your phone by turning this option on. Next option is my favorite. It's to swipe down for notification panel. You can turn it on and then you can swipe down from any area of the screen to access the notifications panel. By default, you have to pull down the notifications panel from the top of the screen, but this way you can pull it down from any part of the screen. The next option here is to rotate to the landscape mode. Samsung has given this option to rotate the entire screen to the landscape mode now. And when you will just turn this on, and when you will rotate the screen like this, you can see that the home screen has rotated itself. Now if you want to hide some applications on your phone, you will go to the same home screen settings and here click on hide apps. Let's say I want to hide the Asphalt 9 on my phone, and this way the application has vanished from the application drawer of my phone. So to bring the application back, I will go to the same home screen settings, I will go to the hide apps and I will uncheck the Asphalt 9, and the game will come back at the end of the applications in my app drawer. Now while I am telling you about the home screen, I would also like to tell you about the application drawer of this phone. Just go to the application drawer. If you want to organize the icons on the application drawer, just click on this options button here and click on sort. You can select the alphabetical order or the custom order. If you want to bring all the icons on fewer pages and clean up the pages, just click on this option button and click on clean up pages, and it will bring the icons to one page, and this is how it will look like after cleaning up the pages. Okay, so it is now the time to get into the settings of the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. Pull down the notifications panel and go to the settings of the phone. Go to the sounds and vibrations first of all, and here you can change the sound quality and effects. So you can turn on the Dolby Atmos for gaming as well. For gaming it is turned off by default. I have already turned it on. You can turn it on too. Also, this is from where you will access the equalizer of your Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. By default it is set to normal. You can change it to jazz, rock or whatever is your preference. Next up, go to the notifications option on your phone and click on the status bar. Now here you will see that the battery percentage is disabled by default. So you can turn it on from here to make it appear at the top of the status bar of your phone. Within the same notification settings, you can go to the edge lighting, and you can first of all change the lighting style according to your own taste, and you can also choose the applications for which you want to use the edge lighting. You can see that by default it works for the messages only. You can turn it on for WhatsApp or Messenger or any other application that you want. Next to the notifications are the display settings of the phone, and these are going to be really interesting for you. So here first of all you can see that we have the motion smoothness. If you want to use the phone at 60 Hz, you can set it to standard, or if you want the phone to manage its refresh rate on its own, you can change it to adaptive. By setting it to adaptive, you are letting the phone switch its frame rate between 0 and 120 Hz. This is going to be really effective for the battery of your phone. Otherwise, you can always set it to 60 Hz and save a lot of battery percentage. Now, next to that is the screen mode. If you don't like the default color scheme of your Note 20 Ultra, you can change it to natural, or you can also change it to some custom color tone by going into the advanced settings. Here you can also find the font size and the style. If you don't like the current font size of your phone, you can reduce it or increase it. It totally depends on your own choice. Next to that is the screen zoom. So how large you want the elements to appear on your screen, or how small you want them to be, you can just come to the screen zoom and you can change it according to your own liking. Next to that we have the screen resolution. I have set it to Full HD right now because I want to use the adaptive refresh rate on the phone. If you switch it to QHD Plus, it is going to turn off the adaptive refresh rate, and it is going to set it to 60 Hz only. If you want to enjoy the full-fledged 120 Hz on your phone, you will have to set it to Full HD Plus. Now here we have the full screen apps. So any application that is not using the full screen mode by default, you can enforce its full screen by coming into these options. For example, on my phone right now, the dirt bike does not use the full screen of the phone, so I can enforce the full screen mode for the dirt bike game from these settings. Now the game will be using the full screen mode all the time. Here in the display settings we also have the edge screen options. By default the edge screen is going to show you the shortcuts for the applications only. If you want to add more options to the edge panels, you can come into these options and select more options from here. For example, I previously checked the live messages. You can also add the context, the smart select feature, the task, weather and other options according to your own choice from here. To access the edge panels, you will swipe towards left from this area of the screen. You can also change the location of these edge panels and set them anywhere on the screen of your Note 20 Ultra. Alright, next up we have the navigation bar. If you want to enjoy the full screen of your Note 20 Ultra, and by the way this phone has got an incredible display, turn on the full screen gestures. You can see that the buttons will be gone now and you will have the gestures here. These gestures are much improved and they work well with all the Google applications as well. Next up here we have the lock screen settings. Go into the lock screen settings of the phone, and first of all make sure that you have turned on the Face ID unlock along with the fingerprint scanner of your phone. Face ID unlock is going to help you especially when your hands are busy or you are driving the car. Next up is the always on display. Now the always on display can appear on your screen all the time, or you can set it to tap to show. This way it's going to save a lot of battery and it will only come up when you will tap the screen of your phone. Now if you want to change the clock style on always on display screen, you can do so from here. Just click on this option and you can select any other clock. You can also create a custom skin for the always on display. You can download a number of skins from the Galaxy store. You can change the colors of the always on display elements as well. So the always on display can also show the fingerprint scanner now in order to make it easy for you to unlock the phone. Just click on this option here and make sure that you have turned on the fingerprint scanner on the always on display. I have turned on the dynamic lock screen, and this is how you can turn it on. Just come here into the wallpaper services under the lock screen settings and either select dynamic lock screen or the Samsung Global Goals. Samsung Global Goals are not exactly the wallpapers, these are just Samsung's global goals that will keep appearing on your screen to improve your everyday life. I personally like the dynamic lock screen, and you can change the wallpaper styles from here. Select the category that you want: landscape, life, food, art or pets. And here we have another interesting option called contact information. I recommend adding your phone number or your name or any other data to the contact information of your phone's lock screen. Just in case you end up losing your phone as a result of a very unfortunate happening, the phone's finder will be able to find your contact information on the lock screen and will be able to contact you immediately only if the person happens to be really generous. Okay, you do know that the shortcuts appear on the lock screen of the phone. These are the two shortcuts that are appearing here right now. You can change these shortcuts. Just click on the shortcuts icon in the lock screen settings, and first of all you can change the position of these icons. You can change them to floating buttons or the bottom corners, and you can select the applications from the left shortcut or the right shortcut. Next up we have the biometrics and security settings. In the biometrics and security settings, first of all click on the fingerprints, and here you can turn off the animation when unlocking. This will make your fingerprint scanner really fast. Also go to the biometrics preference and turn off the screen transition effect. This is going to make your fingerprint scanner extra fast now. Let's see. It's extremely fast. I mean, it's just blazing fast now. In the biometrics and security, you can also find the secure folder if you want to create a second instance on your phone where you can store your private files. This is how you can access it. Now here you can also find these other security settings. In the other security settings, a very useful feature is to turn off the passwords visibility. By default, the passwords that you will type on your phone, they will be visible and someone nearby can easily find out your password. So come into the other security settings and turn off the passwords visibility on your Note 20 Ultra. Now here within the same settings, you can also find the pin windows option. This is an interesting feature, and let me show you how it works. Let's say that I have launched the YouTube application on my phone and I want to give my phone to a kid. So I will go to the recent applications on my phone and click on the icon here, the icon of the application, and click on pin this app. Now anyone who's using YouTube on my phone will not be able to go out of the YouTube application. The person or the kid will be able to play anything on YouTube application and go anywhere inside the YouTube application, but will not be able to go out of the app. So if you are using the navigation buttons, you will press and hold the home button to go out of the pin windows. But if you are using the navigation gestures, you will just swipe up and hold in the middle of the screen to go out of the pinned window, and it will take you to the lock screen. Now that I have talked about the pin window, let me show you how you can use the split screen on your Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. You will just click on any applications icon here and you will click on open in the split screen view. And now you will select the other application that you want to use along with YouTube. Let's say I want to use settings along with YouTube, and this is how it works. So to get out of the split windows, you will just click on this cross here and the split windows will be turned off. Let's get into the advanced features of the Note 20 Ultra now. So here another very useful feature is to turn off the animations on your phone. Not exactly turn them off, but to reduce the animations. If you turn this option on from the advanced features, the phone will be much more quicker than before. The animations will go down and you will be able to switch between the applications at a blazing fast speed. Next to that, we have the motions and gestures. Now here, turn on the lift to wake so that whenever you lift your phone up while it's off, it will automatically wake up. You can also turn on the double tap to wake, and you can take a look at other features here as well. Within the same settings, we have the one-handed mode as well. If you want to use the phone in the one-handed mode, you can come into these settings and turn this mode on. And this is how you can launch the one-handed mode. We also have the dual messenger here if you want to launch another instance of a communication application on your phone. Just click on the dual messenger and turn on the dual messenger for the compatible applications. This feature will launch the second instance of your desired application. Now here we also have the video enhancer. The video enhancer will basically enhance the image quality of the videos on YouTube and video player and any other application that plays the videos on your phone. Let's take a look at the device care, and there is only one useful option that I want to show you guys. Click on the options here and go to the advanced settings. Now in the advanced settings, turn on the auto restart and select its schedule as well. It's really good to restart your phone every once in a while, and you can set your phone to restart automatically at some odd hours once in a week. Next up, we have the general management of the phone. Now here in the general management, I want to show you guys a really important feature. Now guys, by default, when you type on the screen of your phone, it shows the character previews, which are sometimes not a really good idea. You can see that the character previews are appearing as I hit the keys. So what you can do is you can go to the general management, click on the language and input option, click on on-screen keyboard, go to the Samsung keyboard, click on swipe, touch and feedback, and now click on touch feedback. Turn off the character preview. Now this is going to be a very good change because sometimes the character previews can also expose your password, and if you have it turned off, no one will be able to see what you are exactly typing on the keyboard of your phone. Next up, we have the accessibility settings. Now in the accessibility settings, I am going to show you the interaction and dexterity. First of all, here we have the interaction control. Now the interaction control is a feature in some manner similar to the pin windows, but not exactly like that. So the interaction control basically blocks an area of the screen or the entire screen of your phone. For example, the greatest utility of this feature is for the images. Let's say you want to show an image to someone and you don't want that person to go through your entire gallery. Come to the image and press and hold the volume up and the power key like this. Okay, it says it cannot work with the pin windows turned on. So now you can see that you can either block the whole screen or you can select an area, or let's say I want to block the whole screen, click on done. And you can see that the screen is blocked now. To turn off the interaction control, you will press the same volume up and the power buttons once again, and it will take you to the lock screen of your phone once again. And guys, the last option for the Note 20 Ultra Honors is to enable the developer options on your phone. I have already enabled the developer options on my phone, but if you just want to enable on your phone while doing something, especially if your phone requires a USB debugging at some place, you will find that option in the developer options. You can actually find a number of other options here. You can also find the RAM status in the developer options. So to turn on the developer options on your phone, you will go to the about phone section, go to the software information and click on the build number of the phone for 7 times. It will ask you to enter your PIN or the password. You will enter the PIN or password and it will activate the developer options on your Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. Guys, towards the end of these tips and tricks, I would like to show you some gallery tips and tricks on the phone. So let's say you have opened an image and you have zoomed in like this. You can quickly crop this image. Open the image, zoom in and just click on this icon here and it will crop the image and save its copy in the gallery of your phone. If you want to delete the similar images, or you want to move the similar images, click on this icon here and it will group all the similar images. This way it will be easier for you to delete all the extra images that are similar to each other, especially the buzzshot images. Also, if you want to create a quick video collage out of the images, click on this icon here and select the images. Let's say I have selected these images, or you can also select the videos here and click on create movie. It will automatically create a movie out of your images. You can select the highlight reel or edit it on your own, and this is what the movie will look like on your phone. Last but not the least, you can set the video wallpapers on your Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. Go to the videos on your phone, open any video, click on this button here and click on set as wallpaper. 15 seconds clip can be set as video wallpapers on the lock screen of your phone. Remember that you cannot set the video wallpapers on the home screen of your Galaxy Note 20. Alright guys, that's pretty much it with this long video. I know this video was very long, but this was a go-through video covering the entire settings of the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. Hopefully after watching this video, you will have your Galaxy Note 20 Ultra fully mastered. If you think that you have found something that I have not covered in my video, make sure that you drop it in the comments below to help others. If you like this video, please hit the like button as well, and if you loved it, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button and help me reach 50,000 subscribers as soon as possible. With that said, I will sign off and I will see you all in the next video.